Well, tell you what, should we jump straight into the Xbox conference, actually? Because that was shown during the Xbox conference.
Go for it.
So, the Xbox conference started. We actually watched this together, but you having a few internet issues.
Yeah, my internet crapped out.
So, it starts off with the announcement of Xbox One X. Now, this is a bit of a shock to me, because I thought Scorpio was going to be a whole new generation of console.
I kind of thought it wouldn't because it's too early.
Well, it was just the way everything was building up. I thought basically Microsoft were going to bite the bullet and go, right, we are going to release the next console. And yes, there will be backwards compatibility elements to it.
I just think from a marketing point of view, it doesn't really make sense. Like, they just released the Xbox One S.
The only downfall that I would say with this is that it's still part of the Xbox One group, but it's basically a PlayStation 4 Pro.
And it plays Xbox original games.
That is another announcement. Yeah, they did say during the Xbox conference that all the Xbox Ones would play the updated, steadily released Xbox original games.
I love that idea. That's a really good idea.
Depends which ones they do.
I want them to do Battle Stations Aquila.
I want them to do
Quantum Redshift. Halo 1.
No. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Star Wars.
Is that a real game?
Yeah, it's behind you. Somewhere. That was released on the original Xbox. I never played it, and it didn't ever get updated to work on Xbox 360.
Oh,
which was a shame. But yeah, well, it's fair enough. They're doing a lot of work, which is great for the fans, but it'd be nice to see them to actually maybe move forward some of their exclusives, which we'll get to in a moment. So yes, we announced about
exclusive.
Xbox One X has now obviously been officially announced. It will be sold at $499, which is about 450 quid.
Yeah.
It's quite expensive, but then again, with all those flops that it's got, apparently that's going to be good.
It's 100 quid more than the PS4 Pro, but
it's more powerful than the PlayStation 4 Pro.
It comes with a 4K UHD drive, which is great if you've got a 4K TV.
Yeah, obviously that's clearly where we're going. We are going for all the HDR 4K elements now.
What I like about all the consoles going 4K is it's actually progressing the 4K tech in TVs, because the only thing that's really progressing them is the consoles.
Yeah, it's forcing the tech companies to actually push and make TVs more affordable as well for this sort of technology.
Illuminati. I don't know.
So the push and porn industry, I can imagine getting in with that, because it's usually video games and porn industry that help push tech. So they're going.
Is that why you got VR? Never mind. I see. I'm telling Joe.
No. Shut up. I'll feel you later.
I'm all right.
But then it went on to the Xbox conference, went on to talk about Forza, which was great, and then they spent about 5 minutes talking about the new Porsche that's got brought out on stage.
No, I don't.
Can I just want to qualify this, right? Okay, just qualify this. I don't know. After Sony's conference last year, which was a bit new, it was almost like sitting in a theatre watching the trailers of a preview before a film, right? Which came across really well. I actually thought Xbox would have looked at that and gone, let's do a bit of that. But no, they went old school, like, look at the Porsche we've got on stage. We've been paid a lot of money to have this on stage. Well, and it was very old style of conferencing, it's fine. I liked how people on stage talking, but it was a bit much.
Can I go for a tangent again?
Go for it.
What was that game where there was the man shouting and it was awful?
It was like an arena battling game.
It looked awful.
It did look shocking, especially not. I think what made it look worse was that on the previous game that was announced was the Unknown Battleground.
No, that looked quite all right.
Yeah, and then obviously that does really well on PC. That's coming to Xbox One. But then they showed this other arena game, which just looked like a pile of crap. And that guy was like, "Oh my god, it's coming up behind him!" Blah 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 blah.
He was bigging it up more than it was.
Probably. Yeah. So yeah, there was that. Highlights from the Xbox. Oh no, we want to go back to talking about exclusives. So the one thing that Microsoft would like to do is whenever the exclusive title comes up on the screen, whether it not actually be within an actual sentence, the voiceover man will say exclusive. Well, they did the console launch exclusive, which means that it will be coming to Xbox One first before it comes to PlayStation 4.
And then they did something else. There was like 3 or 4 different types of exclusivities.
There was like the PC and Xbox One exclusive, So it means it's not coming out on PS4, but it is coming out on PC.
Like State of Decay 2 and
Sea of Thieves.
and Halo Wars 2, the Forza 7.
Yep. So all those are coming up to PC. And so whenever that came up on screen, exclusive. And then finally we had, which was very bare minimum, the actual Xbox One exclusives.
Wasn't there another one?
There probably was another version of their form of exclusive.
Which wasn't an exclusive at all,
Nope.
was it? It was like...
Nope, it probably was content exclusive.
I think that there's like timed exclusives, and a lot of those were timed exclusives. So it was like,
And I think it kind of felt like it was... making sure my microphone's on there. Yeah, making sure... It kind of came across that... It was like they're trying to pull the wool over people's eyes a little bit.
well, I'm not going to go out and buy an Xbox One X to wait for a game.
Well, to be honest, we're actually the target audience for Xbox One X.
I'm not getting it. I used to be... I hated PS3 and I loved Xbox 360. And I still hate PS3 and I still prefer Xbox 360. And then the Xbox One and the PS4 came out. And somehow I got convinced to buy a PS4, which has probably turned out well because the Xbox One... I had it. I bought one.
We are actually the target audience. We like our more powerful machines. We don't have Xbox Ones at the moment.
I had one.
You had one,
I
sold
sold
it.
it.
But to be honest, we are actually the target audience because we don't have one.
Yeah.
So if we're going to buy one, if I was going to buy an Xbox One, I would buy the Xbox One X. Do I want to buy the Xbox One X?
No.
No. Mainly because the games that they showed off, such as Sea of Thieves, which looks absolutely amazing and hilarious, by the way.
That looks like it could be a laugh.
It's coming out on PC. State of Decay 2 coming out on PC as well. And there's a lot of other ones which are coming out on PC and Xbox One. So if I've got a PC that can run the games, why the hell would I want to buy an Xbox One?
eBay.
eBay?
I don't know. It's another subscription as well on top.
Yeah, and we don't need it.
No, you don't.
No. But highlights from the Xbox conference, I'd certainly say, was Sea of Thieves for me. That looks great.
That does look very good, yeah.
I'm looking forward to actually playing that with you, though, and actually have a bit of a laugh. We are actually going to talk about other games, but they'll be coming at the end of the show. So Sea of Thieves looks great, co-op-wise, entertaining, looks stupid, graphically it looks gorgeous.
I've just remembered a game that I completely forgot. There was a dwarf game.
Oh, yeah, that was shown, doesn't it? It was like a mining dwarf game.
Oh, sorry, my bum's going a bit...
Yeah, it's a bit of a small stool. That I told you could have this chair if you want.
Yeah, but it's because I've got an open back now and I'm not getting even more hot than I already am. It's like a vent.
Right.
It's venting, it's good. Not my arse.
I was going to say, is that your ass?
That's a good heatsink.
Yeah, there's the dwarf mining game, which looked different. Looks intriguing.
There's millions of spiders.
Looked quite cool. But Sea of Thieves was a highlight for me. I know Anthem was for you, but again, we're going to talk about trailers at the end, particular
Iron
ones.
men and women.
Metro Exodus was shown, which was a surprise, like you said. It was not expected.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a bit. And then also another one that you want to talk about was State of Decay 2, which we'll get to the end because we're going to talk about trailers, those particular ones. You've shown us all the trailers that you want to talk about at the end are actually from the Xbox conference.
Yeah, but 2 of them will be coming to PS4 and 1 will be on PC.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was an okay conference. It dragged on a bit for me. I thought there was elements which felt very cheesy. I think the Unknown Battleground players thingy game, which is on PC, that looks cool.
One thing I'll say about E3 this year is it's not really impressed me. It's not something I'm going to remember. It's just one of those...
It wasn't a bad E3, it just wasn't memorable.
Yeah, I mean, there was some big titles like Wolfenstein. I'm quite looking forward to that because, I think that the original, was it not the original, the New Order was on sale for like £3 the other day.
That's cheap, and it's a good game as well. Really good game. But they did say during the Xbox conference they were going to show off 42 games. I'm sure about 30 of those was part of that snipper reel that they showed at the end. Because one game that was shown, which I'm excited about, and hopefully it'll come to PS4 at some point, is Path of Exile.
Oh, yeah.
And that was shown like a split second, and I was like, thank God for that.
There's a game that I quite like the look of called Gear Up, which is currently only on PC. And that's like... It's a bit like one of these games like World of Tanks or Crossout or Dreadnought or that other one on PC. What's it called? It's a spaceship one. Star Conflict. There's a bit, yeah, so you basically you do rounds of PvP or PvE, and then you get skill points and money, and then you can upgrade your ship or your tank or your
See, the advantage,
whatever it is.
like I'm not a big Xbox fan, but I enjoy seeing the conferences because I want to see what games are coming out on it because they might come across the PS4 at some point.
Yeah.
So, like, if a developer develops their PC game for Xbox and get the control system worked out, they can bring it across the PS4, and then they don't have to do as much with it.
Yeah.
That's why I think Path of Exile, I want it to come to PS4. I do have it on PC, but that's not where my friends are. My friends are on PS4. I want to play it with them. So that was the Xbox conference. It was okay. There's some elements which we will talk about later on that you enjoyed, but yeah, it was an okay conference. It was all right.